Okay, so here's an example of how MotionView could be used for coaching billiards. What I've got is an 8-ball parked underneath the red circle that you see on the table. Next to the red circle is a yellow circle representing the ghost ball position. That is where the cue ball needs to be sent when it makes contact with the 8-ball in order to get the 8-ball on the line. It needs to go into the pocket. I can see all of this in live video feed on an iPad sitting on the table itself. So right next to me I have an iPad that I'm looking at as I get the cue stick lined up for this shot. And go back here a little bit, you can see me getting the alignment right on the cue stick. And then when I stroke the shot, which is coming up right here, I can get a good idea of how well I did keeping the cue stick straight. You can see it kind of flowing right through the black line underneath there. And then I can also visualize how well I did striking the cue ball in the center, because the cue ball is rolling right down the middle of this black line. It's not leaking off to the left or right. So that means I managed to strike this right in the middle of the cue ball as well. Once it gets to the ghost ball position and impacts the 8-ball, the 8-ball has no choice but to follow the physics and go right on that line that it was intended for. So this is a very cool way to practice different shots and to see what it should look like, where you should be aiming with the cue stick, since you can see the black line to help you focus on that line of alignment. Something else that's very interesting is we can change the position of the cue ball to any angle that we want just by taking this line and moving it around. So we can keep setting up the 8-ball under the red circle, same place every time. The ghost ball position is not going to change depending on the angle that we're coming in here. That's always going to be the same. And we can practice this same shot from the entire sweep around the table if we want to. So it's pretty cool. I think it might have some very good application.